Hello everyone, welcome to IC Training Nepal and I'm Nikesh Adhikari. So today I'm going to talk about the Vue JS progressive framework, and the Vue JS is the Laravel framework. So if you want to start a career in the Vue JS, this video is for you guys. So let's talk about the basic of the Vue JS and the how Vue JS works. So let's go forward to the Vue JS. And by the way, this slide I have taken from the internet, and here is the Twitter of the person who have made the slide. So let's talk about the Vue JS. So what is Vue JS? So it is the progressive framework. Okay, so this Vue JS is the progressive framework, and again the JS in the last there, JS means the JavaScript. So it is the JavaScript framework, and it is built for the built for user interface. It is built for the user interface, user interaction. So it is very easy for the user interface, and it is very easy as well as it is very lightweight. So nowadays this Vue JS is been popular everywhere. So component driven. So what does the component driven means? The component driven means it have a component. Okay, so this framework is based on the components. Okay, I mean to say that if you want to make some kind of the application through the Vue, you can just use it by making each component for every layer. Okay, so this is the very good at the Vue JS, and many features that got inspired from popular framework in industry, which help to improve the framework performance and development. So these things is the very much good things in the Vue JS. So it is inspired from, like, if you have the working experience on the Angular JS, as well as if you have the working experience on the React, you will know that the Vue JS is similar to the React one. Okay, so as it is the JavaScript framework, many of the portion will be similar here too. So many features has got inspired from the popular framework, so that to make the better one. So first of all the Angular, and then the React, and now this is the Vue which had been came, and it is very helpful for the programmers, for the backend developers or the front-end developers, for the lightweight programs. So it is based on the JavaScript framework, and yes, it is inspired from the many features. It is inspired from other frameworks, popular frameworks, so that to help and improve the framework performance and development. Okay, so let's talk about more. Okay, so development possibilities with Vue. So what are the development possibilities with this Vue JS? Okay, so the thing is, there are a lot of development possibilities. Okay, one thing is the desktop applications with the help of Electron. Okay, so you can make the desktop application with the help of Electron, as well as you can just use you can just make a delivery application in the React also. So here also you can make the desktop application with the help of Electron. So universal UI rendering with the help of Next.js. Okay, so the UI rendering is very nice here. Okay, the UI rendering is very nice here with the help of Next.js. So you can just compact this in the Vue, so that the rendering will be very helpful and very easy. Okay, so the complete web framework with the help of, so the complete web framework will be with the help of Vuex, Vue Router, Axios, or Fetch, Element UI, Semantic, and Bootstrap. So these all are the complete web framework. Okay, so the Vue JS is like supports these things. Okay, Vuex, Vue Router, Axios, Element UI, and Semantic, Bootstrap. So we use these things for the Vue JS. Okay, so good support for mobile with the UI kit. So it has a lot of the UI kit, like the Mint UI, Onsen UI, Vonic UI. So you can also search in the Google. You will also get more than this one too. So the best feature, okay, let's talk about what are the best feature of the Vue.js. Okay, the computer properties and watcher. Okay, so it is reactive, right? And style and class name binding, which is very easy and which is very helpful. Condition rendering and listing helpers, this is also the helpful. And the mixing and services properties and the unit test is very easy here. So content distribution with slot dynamic components, so the component is dynamic, each the component will be the dynamic one. And the async components, this is very this is also the good feature here. So let's talk about the content distribution. Okay, so which is the transclusion, template helper, as well as the outlet. Okay, so the view slot features provide the ability to distribute boiler content with the specific scope variable. Okay, so what it means is like view sub feature provide the ability to distribute the boiler content. So the boiler content, you if you want to make, first of all, the boiler content means the first page, like, okay, so the boiler component, this view slot features provide the ability to distribute. Okay, so it provides the ability to distribute the boiler content with the specific scope variable. Okay, so it can just use the specific scope variable. Okay, so the slot almost provide the ability to accomplish template helpers work such as the partial, outlet, and transclusion. Okay, so let's go to the next slide. So computer property and watch. Okay, so what does the watch do? Okay, and what does the computer property do? Okay, so let's talk about it. So how we're gonna start, like, this is the demo section. Okay, so how we're gonna start like the Vue.js, and here is like one of the example. So here var VM is new Vue L demo. So this is the ID one. Okay, so this is the var VM, this is the variable one. And let's talk about data. So data will be, we are passing the data called the name Kirva and the last name Srini. And what we'll do, like, we'll computed the full name function, return this first name plus, and there will be the space and this dot last name. So what will happen is, if we welcome and just give the curly braces and name, and what it will do is, like, it will pass the value welcome Kirvasrini. So what it is doing is, like, if you type here, like, what will happen is it will be automatically pass the value here so easily. So the other thing is the reactive. Okay, so what does the reactive means? Okay, the reactive means what you will type at the same time it will show. Okay, so it will be like live. Okay, so it will be like the live demo type. Okay, so for this, what will happen is, like, we have the variable here and the new view here, the data here, and what we'll do is, like, watch here and the first name and making the functions, and the console dot log means just it will show on the console, it doesn't matter, you can just do this. Okay, so, and this dot full name equal to val plus, and there is the some space, and this dot last name and the last name function val, this dot full name is this is full name plus val. Okay, so what will happen is, we will do the demo and welcome to the full name. And what we'll do is, like, we will input the v model. Okay, so the model first name and the last name, and what it will do is, like, when we will type this, and it will automatically show here. So it is reactive one. Okay, so another thing, we can just determine the class name as well as the style binding in the Vue.js. So for example, you can just see here, the class name is the static, and vbind class is like active is active. Okay, so the data is active true if there is a true, and it will show is active. Okay, so another one is the style binding, means we will also bind the style, for example, as the same thing. So we are doing the class called static, and vbind style equal to color, and we are just going to bind the color which is red. Okay, so reactively with binding. Okay, so what will happen is, how it will just bind with reactively is from the user manual and the DOM. So from the user manual and the DOM, it will be interconnected with each other. Okay, so it will pass from here and it will pass directly from here. Okay, so this is the document object model. If you are not familiar with the DOM, so let's talk about the single file component. Okay, so what is a single file component? Okay, let's talk about it in the Vue.js. So for example, it is the template, and this is the script one, and this is the style one. Okay, so what will happen is, so this is the single file component. We can just use it here only. You'll just use it like in the single file, and it will also use it and reusability with the component. So this is the very lovely things in the Vue.js, which is the reusable, and yes, it is very reusable. And I want to tell you that this is a theory class, so I'm giving you the theory of the Vue.js, and I'll also talk more about the Vue.js, and I will also come with the practical one with the Vue.js. So stay tuned, and please don't forget to subscribe the video, like the video, share the video, and comment if you have any questions. Okay, so let's talk about the reusability with the components, and let's look at it. User component at the profile page at the user listing. Okay, so the CSK frontend is also here, the CSK frontend also here, and here the profile pic and user listing is also here. So what happens is the components is reusing here. Okay, so dynamic components. So the component is dynamic, and the dynamic, it will be very easy to manage the post. Okay, the dynamic component is the kind of the helper which helps to switch between the different type of component. Okay, so what will happen is, the current view, here is the one, the new view data. Current view is the manage post. Okay, so what will happen is, on value changes, it will be like create post or the manage post. Okay, so it will determine by on the value changes. So it is the dynamic component will be here in the Vue.js. So the other one is the asynchronous component. So what does it means is like, we are going to give the constant number box component. Okay, so we are giving it to the constant one, and we are also name and the template. Okay, so and the other one what we are giving is the constant asynchronous component new promise, resolve and reject, set timeout, resolve number box component, and 1000. So what will happen, it is resolving the component and the loading component, errors and the delay. Okay, so the components communication. Okay, so the parent component and the passing property, emit event and the child component. So what will happen is like, from the parent component it pass the property and go to the child component, and what will happen is, from child component it emit event and go to the parent component. So Vuex communication. So how does the Vuex communicate is like, here's the component and it is dispatch and the action and the global store and get to the state, getter, action and mutations. So in the state, the module to persist global data, in the getter portion to define the global getter action, in the action block to define the business and middleware logic, in the mutation place to mutate the global state. Okay, so let's talk about the Vue and the React. Okay, so the difference between the Vue and the React is like the similarity. Let's talk about the similarity first. One thing is the component driven. So those both are the component driven. So both have the virtual DOM, and the other one the view layer built especially for UI. So these are also both are the similar, and both are the reactivity. Okay, so let's talk about the difference. Okay, so in the Vue one, what will happen is like 19 KB per minute. So it will open the 19 KB per minute, and in the React one it opens the 62.21 KB per minute. So in the event, what will happen is, there is an event and there is a synthetic event in the React. Okay, so in the Vue there is a single file component, JS script and installs will be in the single file, and that is why it is very easy. So in the React there is a JS driven component. Okay, so thank you so much for watching the video, and I'll be coming with more videos later, so please don't forget to like, subscribe and share the video, and see you in the next video. Thank you so much.